Here we are in 2021, the numerology year of a number 5, which means that this year is going to be about making choices that have everything to do with where you want to move forward in your life and allowing you to let go of things that have been in your life for just too long that aren't really serving you anymore. When we look at the number 4, the year of 2020, it was all about trusting your intuition around where you need to begin your human experience in a new way. Now with 2021, it's time to allow yourself to commit to certain ways of living your life. And in order to do that, you have to release other things in your life that again have maybe just been there for some time. So, because that's preparing for the number 6 year, which is all about sharing the abundance of what you have to offer from the material human realm. So for this year, I just wanted to do a little video on cleansing energy, because when we look at what's really important this year, it's to be completely aware of what you need to let go of in your life so that you can move forward in a strong manner. And so, like I said, some of these things that you're going to be asked to let go of might be really strong in your life. You might have just been using them for a long time, people, places, things, where you've been putting your energy. And so what I like to do, my favorite way of clearing energy is actually to use resin. I like resin because it billows a lot of smoke and you're really feeling like you're clearing some energy. Resin is used in all religions pretty much. I mean, when I grew up Catholic, and I remember them using resin there. I'm a Buddhist now and they use resin there. When I went to Peru, the shaman that I studied with had a ceremony where we were all in this little cabin and he just burnt a ton of copal, and we were all in this little room, and it was really like a psychedelic experience, even though it was just the resin. It was clearing us, but what it's really doing, it's releasing the spirit. It's releasing the spirit of the plant that it is coming from. Because when we look at what is resin, resin is the sticky stuff, the sap that comes out of the tree when it's hardened. And so it is holding the energy of that tree. I won't get too much into the physical properties of everything, but when we think about spirit, we think about information. Essentially, resin is just holding the information of the plant. And so when we burn it, we're allowing that information to enter into the state of spirit divine, of breath. And so we can look at even Hebrew alphabet, the 3 mothers, right? Aleph, Mem, and Shin, right? So we have Aleph being the breath of God, breath of divine, being burning the information, releasing spirit. And so I'm not going to get too much more into that. Let's get into burning resin. So a lot of people don't really know how to burn resin. It's really easy, but you do want some specific tools. So you need charcoal. So these are just charcoal circles that you can buy at any store. I got all of this stuff here at Crystal Rock Healing. I'll put a link in this video so you can understand where that is. And I use this tweezer. So this tweezer, I used to do sewing with industrial machines. So the industrial sewing machine, sometimes you have to pull the thread through. So I just use that tweezer. You can use any tweezer you'd like. Just remember that it will get hot if you're using a really small one. Might not be the best choice, but you can use tongs, you can use whatever. So, and you're also gonna need a vessel to hold it in. I prefer to use the crucibles that are specifically made for burning resin, because it's not gonna get too hot on the bottom, because I've used plates before and it will get really hot. Even this thick bottomed crucible will be hot at the bottom. So you wanna make sure to get a good crucible. You can get, I got this one at Crystal Rock Healing. It's a great quality, it comes from India. And so then you're going to just take your charcoal and your tweezer. You're just gonna light it all the way around. So it's gonna start to spark. And I like to just make sure I'm really getting it, because sometimes it can take a while for the charcoal to get started. And so and again, you probably don't want to put this over anything that can, that you don't want to burn. It might spark, probably not though. And so then you're just gonna put the charcoal in the dish, and it'll just do its little bit. It'll just kind of start to get red. And so as it gets red, you can kind of fan it, you can use a feather, you can use whatever you like. It's already kind of getting red. Some charcoal takes longer than others. This one actually works pretty nicely. And so I got this blend at Crystal Rock Healing. This is just a nice blend, the Purification, Blessing, and Healing Resin. So it has copal, myrrh, frankincense, and I think that's all it has in it. But these three together make a really wonderful smell, and they do balance each other. So it's kind of getting red now, so I'm just gonna take a pinch of some resin, and I'm just gonna put it in here. And if you do have a home that has a smoke detector, you might want to do something like close your door, open all your windows, because this does get really, really smoky pretty fast. But that's actually why I like resin, because I love how it just billows up a lot of smoke. So you can use resin as a good technique to use outside as well if you want to do a big clearing. Resin's a great one to use outside. You can use it inside, but remember that if you have smoke detectors, it might set them off. So you can open your windows. I don't mind because I like the smoke, and my smoke detectors are luckily far enough away, and I can always just push the off button too. So that's the pretty basic thing. So really, when you're burning resin, you can just take a deep inhale and just be aware that, like, the spirit of the copal, the spirit of the myrrh, the spirit of the frankincense, the information that it has to offer is being emitted into the air. And so just allow yourself to just kind of cleanse with the resin. You're gonna feel different, you're gonna feel lighter. You don't have to believe in it, that it's even working. It's gonna work. It's one of those things that, you know, it just works. You can't really explain it besides the fact that you're releasing the spirit of the plant into the air, and it is engulfing you. And so this is a great technique to do on the 1st of January, today, or on the 2nd, or any day you can. You know, maybe get a group of friends together. It's also a really good technique. Like I said, I do this one outside with a group of friends within nature at the river, just when I want to really call in and add the spirit of the plant, which is, you know, these plants have been specifically selected by the ancients for their healing properties. And so this is why we really know what they're good for. And the resin will burn down, and the charcoal will continue to burn. Charcoal takes probably like an hour or so to actually burn all the way through. And so just something else to be kind of aware of. When you're burning, you don't necessarily want to use the big, huge chunks by themselves, because it will completely saturate the charcoal and put out the charcoal. So you like to use the smaller pieces just to kind of burn. So that's pretty much it. But you know, 2021, really all about allowing yourself to clear the things in your life that have just been there for too long and are no longer serving you, and being open to committing to things in your life that are a part of you, that you really do want to ground yourself into. This is the 5 year, and this is what 5 is all about, making those choices in the human reality. So if you would like a reading, you can always contact me at 11kaivarose33.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all those lovely things. And if you'd like to sign up for emails and have these videos sent directly to you, you can have that as well. You can get any of these supplies at Crystal Rock Healing. They're friends of mine, and they are really amazing people. And they have all types of different resins and crucibles, and it's great. So anyways, I hope you're all doing wonderful. Talk to you soon.